Certification courses are recognized credentials that demonstrate specific skills and expertise, aim to enhance one's credibility and earning potential, while ensuring one stays up to date with current industry standards and practices. In this video, we're going to be engaging on the CSMP Level 6 course program, which I happen to have obtained a few years back. And we're going to be talking about this course in two sections. The first section will focus on what is CSMP all about? What's the eligibility? Who can take it? What's the costing like? What are the things that are covered? How is their intake? What's the course process flow like? What are the important details that you need to know when you're preparing ahead to engage in this course? The second section will mainly expound on why I chose this course myself, as well as how I have seen it influence my career growth since I took it. And no, this is not a paid promotional video. I'm basically sharing about this course from a personal experience point of view. And because I believe that the course is a good resource for some of you watching this as you plan on your professional development journey. Welcome to Security Nuggets Podcast, a channel that unpacks security risk insights and perspectives. And I'm your host, Ashley. And it's always a pleasure to have you here joining us in these discussions. And without wasting any time, let's dive right into it. What does CSMP stand for? CSMP stands for Certified Security Management Professional. So when you finish this course and you successfully complete it, the organization automatically certifies you to be a certified security management professional, as well as a member of the organization. The organization that provides this course is a UK-based organization called M.ISMI, in full International Security Management Institute. The course is provided through distance learning, which means that the course is conducted through online platforms. And the beauty of this is that you can get to participate in it from whatever corner you are in of the world, all right? Thank God for technology. Technology has made learning so convenient for professionals, because you can be able to engage on whatever course that you want with whatever organization that you feel comfortable choosing. Who is eligible for this course? Now, if you are already in the security industry and you're working, this is a course that's ideal for you, eligible to take it, because what you're hoping to do here is to build on your knowledge. You are hoping to acquire new knowledge that's based on what's current, what's up to date, what's relevant, all right? Again, if you're a professional coming from the paramilitary sector and you want to get into the corporate sector, it's ideal for you because this is the sort of upskilling that you need for you to have that smooth transition, all right? Because the CSMP course is all about corporate security, So taking this course just builds onto your existing experience that you've acquired in the paramilitary sector, all right? And it just expounds on your existing knowledge and know-how, so that you can have that smooth transition on what is required of you when you get into the corporate sector. How can you manage security on that side, all right? What are the things that you need to pay attention to and how do you need to do that, As far as their intake is concerned, they are currently having 4 intakes at the course of the year, all right? So between January and December, they're having 4 intakes. So they have an intake in February, in April, in October, and in December, all right? So depending on your schedule and availability, you can see where you want to join in at, which month of the year where they're having the intake you want to join in at, all right? And again, because the course is in high demand, all right, it's highly likely that you might apply for an intake that is within the month of February, but because there is no availability, you're put on the waiting list and you're going to have to join in the next intake of the month of April. All right? Because every intake accommodates a certain unique number of Kahoot members. You know, like every intake has a class and they have a cutoff in terms of the numbers they want to accommodate in a certain class. And I think this is very good because, you know, a manageable number ensures that the tutors can give attention to all the participants evenly, you know, and they are not feeling overwhelmed, you know, so the quality of the course is maintained, all right? How is the application process? Now, I will say this, that the application process is a thorough process. Remember that this is a prestigious course. And I'm not just saying this because I'm being biased, because I took it and I prefer it. No, I'm being real with you. Do your homework if you're thinking of taking the course, all right? Look at the members who have taken the course, all right? And also engage them in that, just understand how is the course flow like. They are very keen on the quality of the course. They are very keen of the knowledge they input into the participants and how they do it. And they're very keen on the output. You know, it's also a rigorous course. You know, not everybody is cut out for it because it entails a lot of determination and sacrifice. If you are someone who likes shortcuts or who likes things easy, I will just tell you right now, don't waste your time even applying. You will fail miserably. It is a course that you need to dedicate your time to, and you need to work hard to earn that certification. All right? You need to earn it. And it's doable, all right? And that is why, again, from the onset, the application is thorough. They vet applicants. There's a form you fill, and you provide all the necessary details, including details of professionals who can be engaged as your references. Because they make calls, they make a follow-up. You know, if you say you're a security professional working for this and this organization, they want to make a follow-up and ascertain the information that you're sharing with them, all right? And sometimes if your organization is funding the course for you, you know, they obviously need to confirm that you're working there and you are already a professional within that organization. It's always very important. If you're self-sponsoring yourself, that means you're paying for the course yourself. For instance, I self-sponsored myself to take the course. I had to provide a reference, a referee. I had to provide someone who would vouch for me, you know. And also part of the application process is just to ensure that you meet the eligibility criteria, that you're not lying to them in the application process, you know. They need to confirm for sure that you do meet the eligibility criteria for the course. Once they confirm that your information checks out, then they put you in the system and they send you an invoice. And then you make the necessary payment and then you start your course. Now, that takes us to the costing. How much does it cost? Currently, the cost is going for £1,250. So do the maths, depending on your location or the state of location, to see how much that is, plus VAT where applicable, all right? So that is the costing right now. And obviously, costing is never fixed. It fluctuates depending on so many contributing factors. So by the time I'm doing this video, the costing is at £1,250, okay? So depending on when you'll have a chance to watch this conversation, this discussion, then the costing may be at the same price. It may have changed because of many contributing factors. But at least with this information, you can be able to do your budgeting if you're interested. You can be able to do your estimations and plan yourself ahead. To me, that costing is quite fair, depending on the quality of what you're getting and the caliber of the organization. So for me, the costing is quite competitive and fair, right? How long does the course take? Okay. Now the course takes 12 months. All right. It takes 12 months. Okay. So depending on where your intake starts and you have a successful flow, you're going to take 12 months to finish it. Okay. Now, sometimes there are some setbacks that participants get. Professionals, you might get some challenges along the way when you're doing the course. Challenges that might hinder you. They might hinder your availability. They might hinder you from continuing with the course together with the rest of the Kahoot class, the group class. So there is an option for you to take the course on a self-paced basis. By self-paced, I mean the tutors will be working with you independently as you move along with the course. But again, remember, it comes with some extra costs. When you're doing a course as a group, it's always cheaper because the group number, a lot of costs are absorbed when you're doing a course as a group. But when you're doing it independently, okay, there is an extra cost that comes with that. So if you choose to do the course as a self-paced participant or professional, it will come at an extra cost. I like this provision in the course because what it does is that it makes it flexible for professionals, okay? Now, a lot of things can happen to us, whether on a professional or on a personal level. And as much as we wanted to move along with a project or a course without interference, something happens and it just gets us off balance in terms of our schedule and availability. Maybe you got sick, you were admitted in the hospital, you had an emergency. Surely you cannot be able to go on with the rest of the class, because it is a rigorous course. You need to dedicate your time in it, So if something happens, or maybe you had to travel for work and go to a different location or site or manage a demanding project, again, you're going to have a bit of a challenge. So instead of you jeopardizing your chances of smoothly finishing the course, you just communicate to the organization so that they can provide with that provision of you having to do the course on a self-paced basis, okay? Obviously, at an extra course or any other unique conditions and terms that comes with, all right? I like that about the course, the flexibility aspect. What's covered in the course? Now, remember, we are doing the course for 12 months. That is how long it takes to do the course ordinarily, unless you encounter challenges along the way or you don't pass your units and you have to redo them. So that means that your time may be extensive, because you cannot go to the next unit without qualifying the current or previous unit you're doing. That is how strict they are, all right? And I love that because it means they care about the participants' application skills. They want to make sure that whatever you're being taught, whatever you're learning, you can apply it effectively. And if for one reason or another, they get a sense of obviously through the tasks you're doing, they get a sense of you haven't really well assimilated what that unit was all about, they will let you redo it, okay? So if you have challenges along the way and you have to keep retaking the units because you're failing, then that means that you may find yourself extending your period of doing the course. You might take longer than the 12 months, but if you can be able to do every unit and successfully pass and continue to the next one as planned, then you'll be able to do it within the 12 units. Now, what does the course consist? It consists of 12 units, all right? 12 units. That means that 12 subjects, 12 critical subjects in security management. Very fundamental subjects in security management. They are the core. They are the core subjects in security management, all right? And every topic or subject is covered for a month. Every unit is a topic that is covered for a month. I hope we are together on that, okay? So 12 units for 12 months. At every unit, every month, all right? Now, these are the units that are covered. The first unit is security risk analysis. The second unit is crime prevention. The third unit is managing the security function. The fourth unit is leadership and management core skills. The fifth unit is security design, evaluation, and surveying. The sixth unit is perimeter protection. The seventh unit is protecting buildings. The eighth unit is access management. The ninth unit is video surveillance, what we refer to as CCTV. The 10th unit is facility counterterrorism. The 11th unit is protection of information. The 12th unit is protection of at-risk personnel. How is the learning process like? Now, here is how I remember doing the course, all right? And I want to believe it hasn't changed much since I did it 3 years ago or so. I want to believe it hasn't changed much. What happens is you're given a task that is in line with the unit subject of the month, all right? And when you're given this task, you're given the unit notes, the main notes, and you're given a lot of additional resource materials. I loved that about the course. All right. So there's a lot of resource material. So you're not just relying on the main unit notes that you're getting. I mean, they are giving you plenty of resource materials, so I found a lot of value in that. Because when it comes to security management, sometimes you have to do a lot of research so that you can be able to mitigate some of the threats that organizations are facing, all right? You really have to continuously keep yourself updated with the new trends and what's happening, what has been used, some of the case studies, what mitigations have been used, and what was the outcome of that. You really have to be out there and you really have to be very adaptable. So I found that very, very helpful. Very, very helpful, all right? And what happens, you're given a task, you do the task, and obviously you're not doing the task alone. I also love the fact that they have very good tutors. I really enjoyed my experience because the tutors were very helpful, all right? If I had an issue understanding or assimilating certain information or knowledge within the unit, all right, I was able to make an appointment with the tutor that I had for that particular unit because Sometimes they have different tutors for every different unit, which is very good because I tend to think that different tutors take on areas where they're very good at. So you're accessing the best expertise, all right? So if I had a challenge and I could access a tutor, you make an appointment and it's approved and you can be able to get a tutor. And you get assistance. You get assistance and you're able to better assimilate or contextualize what the task is all about, the area of concern that you are having a problem understanding, and they're able to help you understand that, all right? And I also loved the fact that they are very strict. We are in the security industry where integrity is key, and the way that they conduct the course is with a lot of integrity. All right? They have a zero cheat policy. All right? If you copy work or you copy task from another participant who is doing the course with you, this might be a participant or a professional who is doing with you the course, the current course you're doing, or somebody who participated previously in previous intakes. They have invested in very serious mechanisms to check whether participants are cheating in their answers. So if they flag you out, if they flag your answers out as answers that have been copied from previous works, or maybe there's a similarity to your answers with another participant within the same intake, you fail. You fail and they suspend you. You won't finish the course. I love that about them. Okay? Because it's a prestigious course. You have to earn your certification. You can't be using shortcuts to earn it. You can be copy pasting or cheating to get your certification. You've got to earn it. I mean, security is a profession that is supposed to be conducted with a lot of integrity and a lot of diligence. So why cheat? All right? So I'm just telling you this in advance. If you're watching this and you want to engage in the course, don't cheat and don't copy work from previous people, all right? If you need assistance, the tutors are there to help you, all right? Engage them. And then leverage on all the resource material that they've shared with you on their intranet. I also loved that about them. When you're doing the course, you can access their intranet portal, all right? You get all the logins to log into their intranet, and you can access so much material there as reference material for your course. Now, I will be pinning in the description section of this video down below the email address and the website for the International Security Management Institute, ISMI, so that if you're interested, you can engage them on email to make inquiries. If there's something that I have touched on and you need further clarification about it, you might, or something else, you might send them an email, and I'm sure they'll be able to get back to you with a good response, all right? And the website is where you can go to get yourself more familiarized with the organization and what the CSMP Level 6 course program is all about. And again, what else they have to offer. Now let's get into the second section of this video. Why did I choose this course? Why did I choose CSMP Level 6 course program? Now this is why I chose it, all right? I had been a security professional in the private sector for a couple of years, about 10 or so years by the time I was taking the course. And I had gained a lot of experience on the job, I had learned on the job, you know. And for me, I didn't go to college or to campus and major in security management. Okay, I sort of found myself in security by what I would say default, if I may, because when I started my first role in the security industry, I started it as a sales representative, okay, with a renowned company in Kenya called Wells Fargo. So I joined as a sales representative. So my background, knowledge, and training was in something different. Okay, to be quite honest, it was in the hotel industry. So yeah, I had gained experience. I had benefited from internal trainings that the organization would provide and all that. So I had grown my career from within, and I had an achievement track record. So I became a branch manager shortly after being a sales representative, and I continued to grow within the organization. So I needed to formalize all the knowledge that I had acquired through experience over the years with a certification. Okay, I needed to be certified and become a certified security professional. All right. So that now I can integrate my experience over the years with the knowledge that I had acquired, knowledge that was based on up-to-date and current concepts, security concepts, security design, principles, security management skills, and all that and all that. For me, it was about one, formalizing my skills, and two, just becoming a professional, all right? And also, I did this course right about when I was just getting into the consulting side of things. I was leaving that employment phase behind. I was now coming into doing my own business and consulting for customers. I needed my customers to recognize my credentials. I just didn't need to tell them I have this much experience in the industry. I needed to back that experience with some sort of credentials that were globally recognized. So that is another reason why I wanted to take this particular course, and I chose this particular course. All right. The reason was that having come from a renowned company, Wells Fargo, uh, they're very high on standards as well in terms of what they deliver to their clients and how they internally run business. Their systems and the efficiencies and the workflows are very much high standard. They conduct their operations and activities with global set standards, international standards. So I needed to carry on with that. The thing with professional development, the point is to keep scaling upwards. So I needed to make sure that I get a prestigious certification course with an organization that is globally recognized, so that there can be that continuation of my progress, and I'm not digressing in my growth. All right. What has the course done for me since I took it? How has it influenced my career development? What have I seen change? What have been the benefits? To be quite honest, there's something that comes with empowering yourself with knowledge and building onto your knowledge and skills. There's something that comes with that. It gives you another sense of empowerment. Okay. For me, I got more confident in my work. When I'm doing my work, I got more confident because I knew I not only had the experience, but I also have the right knowledge to back up what I'm doing when I'm providing consultation services to my customers. All right. So it gave me a lot of confidence and it empowered me. All right. The CSMP Level 6 course is an off-call regulated course. Therefore, it automatically enhanced my credibility and earning potential with my consulting clients. And that was a big plus for me. And the other thing is that I automatically became a member of the ISMI organization, all right? When you do the CSMP course and you finish, and you're certified by the organization, you automatically become a member of the International Security Management Institute, ISMI. So that was another benefit. The other thing is that by becoming a member of the organization, I was able to network with other like-minded industry professionals who had previously gone through the same course or whom I was in the same class with. You know, we were in the same intake. So these were my cohort class members, you know. So it was a very good networking opportunity. It still is a good networking opportunity. I'll give an example. Like I'm very engaged in the LinkedIn platform, this being a professional platform. And a lot of the connections that I make, a lot of them are with the members of this organization, ISMI, all right? And there's a lot of engagement that happens to and fro, you know, even beyond the post engagements, you know, sometimes in the DM. I remember we reach out and you're gonna, you know, throw ideas back and forth, you know, like it's a very nice, also, it's a very nice opportunity for collaborative engagement. These are members you can work with. These are members you can share ideas with. The other thing that I benefited from is that the course really enhanced my critical thinking. It really enhanced my critical thinking. Over the 12-month period of the course, I really needed to do a lot of critical thinking when I was doing the tasks that we were being given. All right. When we were doing the task, it was not just about blindly providing responses to the questions that we were being asked. All right. A lot of those tasks entailed you to really do a lot of critical thinking. What critical thinking does is that it really makes you a very good problem solver. Now, for instance, in security management, we find ourselves as professionals having to deal with a lot of security threats and risks, all right? So what critical thinking does is that it really helps you in identifying those threats and risks. It helps you in how you can do your research to better understand the threats and risks. It helps you to better analyze those threats and risks, to better evaluate them, to better improve your decisions before any action is taken towards mitigating those threats and risks, you know? And it also helps you better be able to implement whatever mitigations you recommended or implemented, and to better continue assessing how they are how your solutions are performing as you move forward. So for me, it really enhanced my critical thinking to date. I use that approach to date. Whenever I'm faced with challenges to do with threats and risks, as far as my customers are concerned, I really have to really be invested in the process of getting to understand the problem that they're having and getting to understand how best I can be able to help them solve the problem they are having, not in a generic manner, but being very, very deeply invested and really, really putting my critical thinking hat on. And the other thing that it does is it also helped me enhance my strategic thinking. Okay. You really have to really be good in strategic thinking when you're in senior management position, right? Because it really helps you be able to set goals and be able to articulate those goals with other people, all right? Whether you're working with your clients or with your teams or whatever stakeholders, when you're in senior management, you've got to be able to set goals. You've got to be able to articulate those goals, all right? And a lot of these goals are strategic goals. When you're looking at threats and risks in organizations, when you're coming up with ways to resolve them or to handle them, all right? You will always have to take that strategic approach. You know, you've got to handle them in a way that benefits the overall organization, okay? So for me, that was really beneficial, you know? And I am still deploying that skill even today. I'm a strategic thinker, and it's a very important skill to have if you're aspiring to work in senior management in the industry. All right. So I hope by sharing about this certification course and sharing a bit about my experience and how it has been beneficial to me, I hope you can be able to make a decision on whether it is a course that you'd be willing to adopt moving forward. If not, again, it provides you with a guidance of how to go about it when you're doing your selection of what certification courses you want to get involved with. Okay? There's got to be a goal that you have. And you've got to know that by me taking this course, I'm going to be able to achieve that goal. The course is going to help me achieve one way or another. It's going to help me achieve that goal. So that's it in today's video. Kindly share any comments that you may be having. If you want to know more about the course, I've shared the email address, but if you still need to share an opinion or share a query on the comment section, kindly go ahead and do that. I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. All right. So thank you very much for joining me in this video discussion. I hope you found it insightful, and I hope to see you in our next video where we shall be engaging on another related topic aligned to the subject of professional development. So until then, goodbye for now.